Hello Year 4, welcome to our 5th Maths Meeting video. That's right, this is Maths Meeting number 5. Remember, these Maths Meetings are exactly the same as we have in school, so I'm sure you'll be able to solve the problems, no difficulty. Okay, before we start, you will need something to write with and something to write on. That can be a spare piece of paper or your homework book, it doesn't matter. Now remember, as we go on, sometimes you'll see this pause button popping up. That's a sign for you to pause the video, tackle the questions on the screen, and then we'll go through the answers afterwards. Are you ready? Excellent. Let's begin. Okay, we're going to start with some fact families now. If we know this calculation, what else do we know? The calculation today is 2,285 plus 1,832, which equals 4,117. If we know that, what else do we know? Now remember, before you solve this problem, I want you to identify the whole and the parts in this calculation. Okay, pause the video now and have a go. Right, let's have a look, shall we? 2,285 plus 1,832 equals 4,117. Now the whole has got to be the biggest number in this calculation. Let's have a look. 4,117. Now 4,117 is made up of two parts in this calculation. Those two parts are 2,285 and 1,832. Well done if you got that. Okay, now let's have a look at these three calculations that we can get from our original. We're going to start by looking at our whole, which is 4,117. Now that's made up of two parts. What are these two parts? Well, 1,832 plus 2,285. Remember, addition is commutative. We can swap those two parts around, gives us the same whole. Okay, what about subtraction now? Well, we have to start with the largest number. We have to start with our whole number, and that whole number is made up of two parts. If we take one of those parts away, in this case 1,832, we're left with the other part, 2,285. Let's look at our next subtraction. Again, we'll start with our largest number, our whole, 4,117. It's made up of two parts. If we take one of those parts away, 2,285, we're left with the other part, 1,832. Did you get all of those calculations right? Well done if you did. Let's move on to the next one now. Okay, there's a black line on the screen. I want you to use the ruler on the screen to measure it. Remember, I want you to record the length in either centimetres and millimetres, or millimetres, or centimetres. If you want to challenge yourself, you can do all three. Okay, pause the video now. Right, let's begin, shall we? Now, we're not starting at a nice whole number on our ruler, so we're going to draw a line to make sure we know where we're going from. Oh look, it's 1 millimetre away from that 20 millimetre line. Let's check our centimetres now. 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 4 centimetres. Excellent. There's still a little bit of the line left, isn't there? Let's measure that. 1, 2 millimetres. So we could write that as 4 centimetres and 2 millimetres, or we could convert everything to millimetres, and that would be 42 millimetres. Remember, 4 centimetres equals 40 millimetres. Or we could convert everything to centimetres, but we'll need a decimal here. 4.2 centimetres. Is that what you got? Well done if you did, and particularly well done if you got all three. Okay, let's move on now. I'm going to tell the time now. We're going to have a look at the clock face, look at the hour hand and the minute hand, work out whether we're going to or past. Remember, you can write your answer as analog time, as digital time, or as both. Okay, off you go. Okay, let's have a look. Now, first of all, we're going to be going to analog time. Our minute hand here is going to tell us whether we're going to or past. Our minute hand here is on the left-hand side of the clock face, which means we are travelling to. What hour are we travelling to? If we have a look at our hour hand here, we're not quite at the 2 yet, are we? So we're still travelling to the 2. How many minutes is it going to take us to get to the 2? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Our minute hand here has to travel to get to the 2 o'clock. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's right. We're going to be 15 minutes until 2 o'clock. If you just wrote 15, that's fine, but I've put minutes there to remind us. Now, we don't often say 15 minutes to 2. There's another way of saying it, and that is quarter to 2. Because if you have a look at our clock face here, our minute hand has got to travel a quarter of the distance of our clock face to get to the next hour. So we say this is quarter to 2. Okay, let's look at our digital time now. Now remember, there's a problem with digital time. It doesn't like telling the time to the next hour. So we've got to go past. In which case, what hour have we just gone past? Well, if we're going to the 2, that means we have just come past the 1. So we are 1 as our hour. How many minutes have we travelled past that 1? Well, this minute hand has travelled quite a long way past 1 o'clock, hasn't it? We've gone all this distance. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's right. 1:45. Okay, well done if you got the analog time. Well done if you got the digital time. And extra well done if you got both. Well done for challenging yourself. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, we're going to be adding these two numbers. We want to use an efficient method. 675 plus 198. Okay, I want you to pause the video now and have a go at solving this calculation using the most efficient method. Okay, so what method did you use? Did you use column? I think we can be more efficient than that. Have a look at this second number, 198. That's quite close to a nice round number. I think we might be able to use a more efficient method than column. I think if we add 2, we would end up with our calculation 675 plus 200. Well, that's nice and easy. We can do that in our heads, can't we? If we have 675 plus 200, we have our 600 add our 200, our 70 add 0, and our 5 add 0. Excellent, we can do that. That means our answer is 875. Have we finished? No, of course we haven't finished, because we added our 2 here. That means we've got our answer as 2 too many. What are we going to do? We're going to take away 2 because we've already added 2 when we were solving our calculation. So 875, we've got to take away a 2, which means that our final answer is 873. 675 plus 198 is 873. Did you get that? Well done if you did, particularly if you used this method. Okay, well that's all for now. Thank you all for your excellent hard work. Give yourselves a big pat on the back. Well done, guys.